my name is Katelyn Bailey, and I will be presenting my creative IOP, and I will be discussing the different components of Janie Crawford's lifestyle. And my thesis statement: by discussing the lifestyles, I expect for students to engage in the difficult as well as some of the best times that have happened in her life, which she's had a lot of ups and downs. And I created this painting to represent Janie as a goddess, kind of, and her reoccurrence to a pear tree, because during the novel she had this pear tree as her look up and just her to represent hope and other things, as well as, and a quote out of the book, "The dream is the truth," which we find on chapter 1, page 1, which was spoken by Janie. And then my reasonings. Janie referred to this pear tree for a set of logical resources and love in a perfect resemblance of a pear tree, because she wanted to have this perfect love life that never really seemed to happen for her until towards the end of the book, which I will state that towards the end of my PowerPoint. And a question that can be asked is, will she find the right true love? Well, based on the struggles in her life, God never leaves her side, and Janie looks up to this tree for hope and reassurance that one day she will have a perfect life. So we can see maybe the yellow, the lighter colors can resemble more of a perfect indication. And I can express Janie visually by creating this painting, so we can see a little bit of an outlook of her. And I can also express her characteristics, and it is important to focus on the style, color, and the texture, so you can see little bits of details, which I will explain further on. And black represents dishonorable times, which means bad times, just a little synonym of bad. And usually when we think black, we think of dark and mysterious and bad cases. And dawn and dew is in the branches, and that is from the book that we learned that dawn and dew live in the branches. And lighter colors can maybe form a brighter perspective of her life, from what we can conclude from that. And her characteristics. We know that Janie has very long hair, and she's beautiful because they stated that a lot in the novel. She is full of God, and she has a lot of wisdom. She's non-bashful. She can talk to anybody, which we see that a lot in the book. And she wants this connection with love that she doesn't seem to have yet. And she sees her life like a great tree, with things suffered, things undone, and things gone, and things done undone and also enjoyed, which is a quote in the book as well. And we can see that Janie has a miserable life with her grandmother. She doesn't understand very much, which we see that in chapter 1. And she also wants to be different than everybody else, because nobody's perfect, but she just wants something different than what she has. And she's very upset with the way her grandmother is making her life decisions. For an example, her grandmother made the decision for her to marry this man at the beginning of the novel, which he was a lot older than her, and she was at 16 years of age, and she was not very happy. And she notices that she has a strong head on her shoulders and can stand up to almost anything that faces her, and acts like that, which is, and this is my development from bad to good, which is not really showing up. But people saw Janie as a well put together woman, and because when people looked at her, she was pretty, she was very well put together. But one day her grandmother forced her to marry an older man at a very young age, which was when the novel started to kind of go from a good to a bad perspective. And holding back her hopes and dreams, she resolved the problem, and she learns to resolve the problem, to move forward through the good and the bad times. That's how we all get through our difficult problems. And her quote from the book, "Oh, to be a pear tree, any tree in bloom, with kissing bees singing of the beginning of the world." And Janie was 16, she had glossy leaves and bursting buds. And she wanted to struggle with life, but it seemed to elude her in a way. And eventually, she goes through different love lives, where she goes through quite a few marriages in her life, and she gets to experience different kinds of things. But by the end of the novel, she realizes life is full of God and peace was near, which she states that in chapter 20, page 193, which is the last page of the novel. And I hinted different color forms. We see that black represents the discouraging side, which I stated. Brighter represent hope. Janie's full of her own new branches, which you see the bursting buds, different colors of bright new. She wants hope for a superior life, and superior meaning better. she comes in with overalls. We see her at first with overalls on, and that kind of indicates maybe poor, maybe she doesn't, you know, if you just saw a lady back in the day, maybe your dress, like, you know, just different things like that. And she looks at herself as a well-rounded person. She doesn't care what others think. And she has long dark hair, and she's wanting a change to make things better for herself and for her life. And her second set of features, we see loving personality, making new friends, simple, curious, and outgoing. And then we have her religious connections, and basically she knows God's within everybody. And at the end of the novel, she talks about peace and how it can conquer the world. And as long as peace is with you, it will always live within you no matter what. And her love connections as well. And she knows love is a strong word, and tea cake is more of her love connections. At the end of the book, she meets tea cake, and tea cake is her first real true love. And the world, so burdens on Jamie's life, her love life, the world, self-consciousness, because we see that she maybe doesn't have a lot of that during the novel, of her soul, and she's always imagining life differently, which could be another big burden on her life. And she's tired of not being herself, which I thought I highlighted that, but I guess not, but she does state that in the novel, that she's tired of not being herself. And the red behind the colors exaggerate loss of hope and no good circumstances coming, which is why I put darker colors towards the bottom of the painting. And to me, Jane is placed in this novel to identify a lonely young character who needed hope from others as well as God. She needed lots of hope from other people, confidence. She wanted someone to really love her, and she comes to find Tea Cake, and he really does love her. And she does find that out at the end of the novel as well. And she knows God is really here, and Jamie's branches were real and have plenty of different meanings, and her life ended up being the way it should have been towards the end, so we know her branches did grow over time, and we are put on this earth to live and love others, which is what Jamie had done. And I did place the lighter colors at the top for a good amount of reasons, and that was because when you think light, you think God, heaven, earth, like when you look up at the sky. And so I put yellow as a bright indication of just hope up above. And if you think innocent, you think of bright perspective color use. And more bad areas are darker colors, like I've said, darker for the bad perspective. And then I have one more. And that, just to conclude, like I've said, the yellow's placed at the top because you think heaven, good, innocence, no corruption, and towards the end you see a lot of corruption, but she does come to find what love is and have a better life than what she had.
I have a question. Why did you decide to depict Janie in silhouette so that we don't see any individual features, we just see her outline?
I decided to put her in silhouette because to me it's easier to understand that way, and I can put a lot more detail into it and explain it better. So I saw this, I was like, this is a really good idea to indicate all these features in the Janie by doing this certain, like, just little painting of her. I can put so many ideas into it.
And what do you think Janie's connection is to women today?
Women today, her connection to women today, I feel like will be maybe on and off. Like maybe women are full of wisdom, maybe they're not. There's just so many different types of people in this world today that
Could Janie be described as an every woman? Do you think that there are parts of all of us that are reflected in Janie?
yeah, because a lot of girls go through self-consciousness issues, love issues, and even at this age, like there's a lot of different circumstances that connect with her.
Okay. Thank you.
I got a question. Do I got time? Okay. My question is, why does in your painting it looks like Janie is avoiding the light? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
most,
why her head's faced this way.
And then in most like plant life and stuff like that, they would go towards the light instead of
That's
avoiding.
true. I kind of faced her away from, this is like a really hard question. I faced her kind of away from the light to indicate that there is some bad in her life and some light. So I kind of tried to like half it.
Yeah,
Like
I see what you're doing, but
yeah,
it looks like it's going towards the light,
Yeah.
but then it's like,
kind of half of that.
I like the painting.
Okay, good. Well done.